Glenn Parker High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me. And first and foremost, I'm addicted to this stuff. It is mineral water and like a lemon and or lime together. I don't know what it is, but I love that stuff. On with the show. Adronis has, well, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about cellular healing and not necessarily spontaneous healing. This is more of cycling different generations of cells to do new things, to have new generation and a new generation as cellular division happens. So, how do we accomplish that? It's the law of attraction. It is the power, the mind is a construct, and you are energy on your highest level, and you've crystallized down into human form to have a fun experience with a whole bunch of your friends. Hello. And you can flip a switch in your cellular communication mechanisms. And Adronis talked about this, is that you can actually, even more now than ever, consciously flip the switch, and it gave very technical hows and how that all happens. And I was listening to a channeling by KYRON, and he kind of elaborated on this idea in that the moment that the cell is going to divide, it makes an inquiry. The same or different? The same or different? Very simple. Is it going to divide and give it the same cell, which is the biomechanism that's in place and the normal lifespan of a human being? Or these things like you've read in Days of Old in the Bible and other things that mention people that were 900 years old, where you have a conscious awareness of who and what you are, and that you can regenerate. And in your Akash, which is all of your simultaneous lifetimes in your genetics embedded in you right now, in physical reality, is all this genetic information. All of it. The athlete is there, the pirate is there, and that person from World War whatever is there, and somebody who used to do the rice paddies in China in the first dynasty, in Greece, and in Ethiopia and in Egypt, and all these types of ideas. You might even help to build the pyramids. You never know. So you can go, and in that point of cellular inquiry, you can say consciously, more and more and more, I want this and I want that. I want healing, I want more fortified cells, I want more athletic cells, and your cell knows to reach into your Akash and pull the information that is necessary to accomplish that. And it was also mentioned that you can pull skills. You can actually mine for skills if you want to learn how to play the piano and start seeding that information in a cellular level. If you want to, because it's cellular memory, for playing or even for painting and all these types of ideas, or for running, or any idea, you can. It's in there. If you want it, it's already in there because it's in your Akash. You have done it in another lifetime, because we've pretty much done everything in all these multiple simultaneous hundreds, if not thousands of them. I'm going to not have to have this in here when I'm doing videos. Bad. So you can achieve anything. And I will also add my personal note to this, is when I was very sick and I was considered terminal, and I had a near-death experience where I was almost, I went into the void, and there was nothing there. And things are kind of fuzzy in that time, but it was very close correlation in that grouping of time where I was smoking pot every day just to be able to get up and do things, because I was taking 2,000 milligrams of this and 20 milligrams of that, and all these medications to try to keep a stable metabolism in what was going on. And they were starting not to work, and I was taking doses that were way over the suggested doses. And or else I couldn't breathe, and I would deoxygenate, and the game was over. So when I would go to sleep, I would have a hard time breathing, and I would deoxygenate. So I didn't sleep a lot. And there was one time where this came up, and very shortly after that, I tossed out all of my pot and all the memorabilia that went in it, all of it, and there's some money sitting in there too. It was probably another $100 or whatever worth of pot, and I tossed all that stuff out, and I'm like, I'm going to go for this law of attraction type of idea down the rabbit hole, the secret type of thing, and I'm just going to sit and concentrate for a certain amount of time a day, as many times as I can during the course of the day, on feeling better. And I did that, and I did that, and I did that, and I felt a little better, and I felt a little better, and then a dentist that I did business with since I was 16, did consulting with, randomly reached out to me, and we had a conversation, and he sent me to a naturopath that ended up sending me on the path of being able to fix myself, so to speak, and here I am today. That was 2006. I first saw the naturopath and had that conversation, and almost 10 years later, and a whole new body, and I look younger than I did then. I have a Scary Glenn picture that is just, what I looked like back then. I'm not sure I'm going to post it because I have a lot of people go, don't show that ever to me again. That's Axe Murderer Glenn. So this is demonstrating the idea of not knowing how, but I was actually doing is I was telling cellular consciousness to give me another cycle, and then the universe to bring me what I needed to get healing and to go on a path of being able to be better. And it did. I detoxed, I used Rife technology, I used oxygen therapy and ozone and these types of ideas. I even was in a barometric chamber, like one that's for athletes. It's a portable one. That was awesome. I really love to have one of those personally, because that's the best sleep that I've ever had since I was a baby. Since I was like a kid, when you'd fall asleep, so you sit in that thing for like 20 minutes, and then you're like, you wake up like, wow, that's awesome. And all those were due to sitting and setting an intention and being focused on the healing of the body and manifesting those types of ideas. So it does work. So this triggering this mechanism, Adronis talks about it, KYRON talks about it. You can actually mine your Akash for skills. You can mine your Akash for attributes in the body. So I don't know if you want bigger, or something down there. I don't know how that works, but definitely cellular renewal for your genetic code that's already here. But I think you can mine skills, but as far as like physically changing the body, I would imagine that's possible too, because on The Secret, the person that had his the crashes plane, Miracle Max, and he literally regenerated his whole chest cavity and his ability in his diaphragm to breathe, because he was on a breathing machine, and he just concentrated, breathe, 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 and that's all. He wasn't going anywhere. He was on a respirator and sitting in the hospital, and he literally regenerated himself to be independent. He was not perfect, but he's not dead or in the hospital for the rest of his life. So regeneration definitely is possible, even probably replacing an arm and limb if you really believed in that and you wanted to regenerate it. So interesting times, just wanted to share that. I thought that was cool. I've been doing an experiment myself where I breathe into all of my chakras simultaneously and give the idea of a reset on a cellular level, and I say new, and this is what I want. I want these skill sets. I want painting, and I want piano, and I want new athletic cellular structure that is younger and or more representative energetically of being more vibrant than the cellular structure that I have now. And it's been several days, and I already feel different. I feel a little better. And it's definitely noticeable, so I'll keep track of that over time too. But I thought this was just an idea that would be interesting to share, that has worked for me in the past, that now we're getting more insight that you can actually mine your Akash. I mean, all of you is here crystallized in human form, and it is represented in those billions of segments of DNA that is all of your simultaneous lifetimes chipped down into the cellular structure, into DNA that is all really one thing. And when you call upon it, you can work miracles in the body. And you can definitely reset cellular structure to go in there and start bringing out attributes that you've had and that are representative of other lifetimes. And just, even if you don't believe in that, you can impact your cellular structure, the law of attraction. The Secret, Miracle Max is a prime example, and I forgot the woman's name that wished away through laughter breast cancer, and laughter is a reset. That is one of the best things you can do for yourself. If you're in a situation where things aren't quite where you want them and you want to do a reset, laughter is the best reset possible, both emotionally and physically. Yay! I think that's everything I wanted to share. Yep. Thank you very much for joining me, Glenn Parker High Vibration Foundation, coaching life, business, and spiritual, and also retreats, boys and girls. Never forget those. Down below in the description, there is information on the retreats and on coaching and on the foundation website, personal email address, all these sorts of things, the different channels that I like, people that I think that are contributing to the new energy. And if you do like this, please like, subscribe, and share.